and today we'll be looking at CMAT 2024. This series is all about CMAT, and today we'll be looking at quantitative techniques and data interpretation. This is part 9 of the series. So before we begin, there is a pinned comment in the chat. It's the CMAT crash course. So make sure that you fill up that form, and if you guys have any queries regarding CMAT, you can get in touch with us, and then we will get in touch with you. Either of these two can happen. So without wasting any time, let's begin with our first question of the day. So Satish undertook a job to finish in 20 days. After working for 6 days, he fell sick and could not work for 3 continuous days. He continued working with the same efficiency after the 3-day break. Then after 4 days, he receives mail to deliver the work 4 days prior. If Kashish helps Satish from the very next day to meet his deadline, find the number of days required by Satish to complete the same job. Okay, so this is a scenario where there is a person. Okay, you're welcome, Timothy. So yeah, so this is about a person who has taken up a job to finish, and then he doesn't work for some time. He works for some time, and then he comes back. He starts working, and then he was told that the work should get finished prior, and then somebody joins him. So let's say the efficiency of Satish is S, okay, and the efficiency of Kashish is, let's say, K. So as per the question, it says Satish undertook a job to finish in 20 days. So this is the total work. Now this total work, he worked for the first 6 days, and then he fell sick and could not work for 3 continuous days. So we will remember this. Then after 3 days, he continued working with the same efficiency after the 3-day break. Then after 4 days, that means Satish again worked for the next 4 days. So he has so far worked for 6 days, right? And then he was on a 3-day break, and then it is 4 days. So a total of 13 days has passed, right? 13 days have elapsed. Out of 20 days, 13 days work is done. There are 7 more days left. Now, since he is told that the work needs to get handed over 4 days earlier than the required given days, 20 days. So that means the work should get done in overall 16 days. Out of 16 days, 13 days work is already been done, or that time has already elapsed. So that means 3 more days is left in which Satish has to deliver the work. So now what happens? Satish and Kashish, they both start working, and they work for the next 3 days to finish. Okay. So from here, we will get the relation between Satish and Kashish. So this is 6 plus 4, 10, plus 3, 13. So we will have S into 7 is equal to K into 3. That means the efficiency of Satish is 3 and the efficiency of Kashish is 7. So we can assume this, right? So the amount of hold on. So if this is true, then how many days will Satish take to finish the same work, right? So since Satish's efficiency is 3 and Kashish's efficiency is 7, so we can have 3 into 20 is equal to 60 units. So I think there is a typo here. It should not be Satish, but it should be Kashish. यहाँ typo है भाई, मैं सोचूं कि why doesn't the option look like. So this is Kashish. So the total work is 60 and Kashish's efficiency is 7. So the number of days Kashish is going to take to finish is going to be 60 by 7. And 60 by 7 can be 8 into 7 is 56. So 8 4 by 7 days. So Kashish alone will take 8 4 by 7 days to finish the job. So it should be Kashish and not Satish there. Because if you're talking about Satish, we already know that he takes 20 days to finish. And 20 is not in the options. Right? So it should be Kashish, not Satish in the questions part. Okay. Next. From the top of a tower of height 550 meters, the angle of depression of 2 points on the opposite sides of the tower are observed to be 15 degrees and 75 degrees. So we have a tower of height 550 meters, and then we have two angles of depression. So one angle of depression is this, and another angle of depression is this. Right? So it is given that this angle is 15 while this angle is 75. It means the overall angle at the top of the tower is 90 degrees, 15 plus 75. Now we are asked to calculate the distance in meters between the 2 points on this straight line. So we need to find out this particular distance. If it is given that tan 15 degrees is equal to this and cot 15 degrees is equal to this. Okay, so we need to find out this particular distance, and this is given as 550. This is definitely 90 degrees, right? Okay. Without using trigonometry, can we solve this? So this is like a right angle triangle where a perpendicular is drawn and the length of the perpendicular is 550 meters. We need to find out this particular length. We need to find the hypotenuse if the height of the perpendicular is given as 550. Well, there can be infinite such right angle triangles where this is possible. So for 75 and 15 degrees, we will have to accordingly see. So unfortunately, without using trigo, this is going to be very difficult. So let's say the points are A, B, C. These are the 3 points, and this point is D. So looking at what trigonometric paths are given, tan 15 degrees given. So tan 15 degrees will be BD upon AD, right? Where BD is not known. So BD will be AD, which is 550 into tan 15, which is 2 minus root 3. Similarly, if we talk about tan 75 degrees, this is going to be CD upon AD again. We do not know what CD is. So CD can be written as AD into tan 75, where AD is 550 and tan 75 is going to be 550. See, cot 15 is 2 plus root 3. So tan 15 will be 1 upon 2 plus root 3. So upon 2 plus root 3, which if we rationalize and multiply the numerator and denominator both by 2 minus root 3, so this will become 2 minus root 3. Oh, okay. That's what it is. दोनों बराबर कैसे हो गया? Okay, let's look at this. If this is 75, this has to be 15, right? So that the sum of the angles is 180 in the triangle ADC. So if we take cot 15 degree now, यूज कर लेते हैं उसको डायरेक्ट. cot 15. Cot 15 degree is going to be CD upon AD. So from here, CD is not known. So CD will be 550 into cot 15. Cot 15 is 2 plus root 3. Now if we add both of these, this is going to be 550 into 2 minus root 3 plus root 3, they will cancel out each other. So we will be left with 550 into 4, which will give us 2200. 2200 will be the answer. So, I mean, there was another way by which I could have calculated tan 75 from tan 15, but that would require using a trigonometric formula, which is tan 75 plus 15 or tan A plus B का breakup. Did not want to do that, so used both of these, tan 15 as well as cot 15, and this is what we get. Shreyans, I'm not taking CMAT classes this particular season. I'm taking some of these sessions, so I do not have a dedicated playlist in mind. Okay, if you go through the CMAT playlist that you will find on this YouTube channel, you will find all these sessions. उसमें से मेरे कुछ होंगे sessions. ठीक है? Okay, next. Find the remainder when 5 plus 55 plus 555 plus 4 times 5 plus 5 times 5 is divided by 8. So divisibility rule of 8 is last 3 digits, है ना? तो हम क्या करेंगे? We will do this. Only last 3 digits we need. Okay. So even though I'm writing down all the digits, I will only be calculating the last 3. So 5 times 5 is 25, carry is 2. So this is 20 plus 2, 22. Again carries 2, 15 plus 2, 7. So 725 when divided by 8, what is the remainder? So I will solve it straightforward, right? So 8 into 9 is 72, and then we will have 5 as the remainder. So 5 is the remainder, means the answer is going to be none of these, right? 5 होगा क्योंकि एक और तरीका था इसको जल्दी सॉल्व करने का. The method was, if you add the units places 5 5 5 5 times, so the last digit is going to be 5. ठीक है, जो sum होगा इनका. When you have an odd number and when you divide it by an even number, your final answer will always be odd. 2, 4, 6, neither of them is odd. So obviously these three cannot be your answer, right? So थोड़ा सा smart logic, common sense लगाओगे तो you will realize कि your remainder can not be an even value. So it has to be odd, right? Okay. The next one. The price of green apples is half the price of red apples. Naresh bought 80 kg of red apples and 60 kg of green apples and sold all the apples at a price 30% less than the price of red apples. Find the overall profit loss percentage approximately. Now, as you can see that since the prices are not given to us, we can assume it to be anything, right? So price of red apples को अपन ले लेते हैं 100, price of green apples को 50. Then the overall price at which he sells is 30% less than the price of red apples. So instead of 100, it will now become 70. So question says that we have 50 rupees ka green apples and we have 60 kg of them. Then we have got 100 rupees price ka red apples and we have got 80 kg of them, and they both are together sold at 70 rupees. So what will be the overall profit or loss percentage? So we can see that the revenue is going to be 70 rupees for a total of 60 plus 80, that is so 60 and 80 को भी simplify कर देते हैं, right? Average depends on the ratio of the quantities and not the actual quantities. So 60 and 80 की जगह we can say this is 3 kg and 4 kg to make the calculation quicker. So this is 7 kgs. So 490 rupees he is going to earn, and the cost that he incurred was 50 rupees for 3 kgs and 100 rupees for 4 kgs. So this is going to be 150 plus 400. So this is 550 rupees. So 550 rupees he spent, 490 rupees he got, right? So there is a loss. So there is a loss of 60 rupees, right? 550 minus 490. So there is a loss of 60 rupees out of a total cost of 550. So this is 6 by 55. 6 by 55. See, 10% will be 5.5. This is a little more than 10%, right? So approximately 11%. 5.5 by 55 would have been 10%. So 6 by 55 will be a little more than 10%. So 11%. Approximate it says, so we'll take that. So there is an 11% loss. Right? Okay, next. In an MBA class, students read 3 types of newspapers. That's TOI, BT, and HT. 155 students read TOI, 130 students read BT, and so on and so forth. So this is a question based on Venn diagram, right? तो मैं Venn diagram बनाने की कोशिश करता हूँ. For this, I need some space. So I'm going to make some space here. थोड़ा सा formatting कर देता हूँ so that you guys see everything. Okay. Okay. We need 3 circles. So we have got 1. Let's use the outline to be red so that it's clearly visible. Okay. Then the next one, इसको हम लोग दूसरा color कर देते हैं, let's say yellow. And then the third one, let's color this as blue, right? थोड़ा बड़ा कर देते हैं so that it's easy to put in the values. Okay. We also need a boundary because we are talking about Venn diagram. Syllogism hota, it doesn't require any boundary, but in the case of Venn diagram, it does, isn't it? Chalo. थोड़ा side कर दूं so that if there is any calculation of formula to be put. Okay. So we have got TOI, we have got BT, and then we have got HT. It is given that 155 students read TOI, 130 students read BT, and 120 students read HT. 15 students read TOI and BT only, so this is 15. 12 read BT and HT only, this is 12, and 18 read this. No one reads all the 3. If we say that the total number of students are n, it is given that 40% of the students do not read any of them. So this is 0.4 n. So we can say that this sum of the values in these 3 circles, within these 3 circles, if you count the total number of regions, that's 7. Some of the values written in these 7 regions will be the remaining 60% of the total students, right? So we need to find the number of students who read both TOI and HT, that is 18 out of n. So this is what we need. So let's solve it this way, that सबसे बड़ा number 155 है ना? So this is 155 plus we need these 2 regions now. एक 12 भी आएगा. Now BT is 130 out of which 27 is already here. So we will have the remaining 103 here. 103 plus 27 is 130. Similarly, if you look at HT, we need 120 overall out of which 30 exists. So this is going to be 90. So the sum of the other 3 regions is 12 plus 103 plus 90, and this is going to be 60% of n, right? So from here n is going to be, if we add all of this, this is 12 plus 3 is 15. 155 plus 15 is 170. Plus 100, 270. 270 plus 90. So this is 360. So 360 is 60%. So n is 600. So we are supposed to solve 18 out of 600, which is going to be 3 out of 100. $360 is 60%, right? 100, 200, 300. Question asked is number of students who read both TOI and HT, which is 18, is what percentage of the number of students who do not read any of them? Oh, sorry. It's not out of 600. It is out of who do not read any of them. So do not read any of them will be 40% of 600, which will be 240. Either n likh deta hu ya 240. So it's not out of total number of students. It's actually out of the number of students who do not read any of them. Iska percentage pata karna hai. So this is going to be, simplifying, this is 6 se divide ho jayega. This is going to be 3 out of 40, right? 6 into 3, 18, 6 into 40 is 240. Now 3 by 40 is nothing but 7.5%. So B will be the answer, right? 3 by 4 is 0.75. 3 by 40 is 0.075 and 0.075 is 7.5%. That's how I calculated it to be 7.5%. Okay. Yeah, Timothy, I saw that. Okay, next one. A container contains a mixture of mango juice and milk in the ratio of A is to B respectively. The total quantity of the mixture is 60 liters. If 15 liters of the mixture is removed and replaced with milk, then the ratio of juice and milk becomes 3:2. Find the initial quantity of mango juice in the container. Since we are replacing it with milk, so this is the culprit here. As in, the question is being formed because milk is being added. So we cannot solve directly for milk. We can only solve for juice, right? Mango juice ke liye. So the formula is going to be initial quantity of mango juice into 1 minus volume removed out of volume available, total volume available, and to the power n, where n is number of times this happens. If the volume removed is always the same, if it is different, so it's the same bracket is going to be used, multiplied right next to it, n number of times or as many number of times as the how many times the replacements happen, and this will give us the final quantity of mango juice, right? So the total quantity of the mixture is 60 liters. And we had mango juice in the ratio A is to B. So can we say initial quantity of mango juice was A by A plus B. This is the share of mango juice out of 60 liters. Out of this, the volume removed is 15 liters and volume total was 60 liters. Now the quantity of mango juice becomes 3 out of 3 plus 2, that is 3/5 of 60. So we need to find the initial quantity of mango juice in the container. So we need quantity, right? So the first thing that will cancel out is going to be this number 60. And we can write A by A plus B is going to be 3 by 5. This is 1 and 4. 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. So it becomes 4 by 3. So this is 4 by 5. And 4 by 5 is 80%. So we can say that the fraction or the share or the concentration or the percentage of mango juice was 80%. Let's not try to calculate A and B, because A and B के बाद वापस we will have to do A by A plus B, right? So it will be a wastage of time कि A निकाला, B निकाला, फिर divide करके वापस वहीं पहुंचे. So 80% is mango juice. So what is the quantity of mango juice? So it's going to be 80% of 60 liters. 8 into 6, 48. So 48 liters. So this is the formula on replacement, right? Next. Okay, looks good. A twig grows 2.6 centimeter in the first month. It grows by 5% more every month than it did in the previous month. What will be its total growth in the first 11 months? So we have 2.6, right? Next time it is going to grow by 5% का growth. Next time it is going to grow by previous ka 5%, and this will continue. In the 11th month, it will grow by 2.6 into 5% whole to the power 10. Why 10? Because we are supposed to have for 11 months growth, right? The first growth is 2.6, right? So this is first month, second month, third month. So if you're talking about third month, 3, the power is 2. So on the 11th month, the power should be 10. So this will be its total growth, right? If I take out 2.6 common, I'll be left with 1 plus 5% plus 5% whole square and so on up to 5% whole to the power 10. Now this is a geometric progression, right? This is of the form 1 plus a square and so on up to a to the power n minus 1. This is given as if a is less than 1, तो अपन इसको ऐसे लिख सकते हैं 1 minus a to the power n upon 1 minus a. So if we compare n minus 1 is 10, so n will be 11. So this will become 1 minus 5% whole to the power 11 divided by 1 minus 5%. Right? A is percentage के terms में, A is 5%. So if you look at the options, we do not have a denominator, right? So 5% को 0.05 लिखेंगे, looking at the options, right? So obviously we will not have 1.05. And since we have 2.6, it will only end in 52, right? 50 तो बन नहीं सकता. It can only make 52. 2.6 का table में 52 is what we'll have, right? Hold on. It grows by 5% more every month. Okay. It grows by 5% more every month means अगर पहले मंथ में 2.6 है तो अगले मंथ में 2.6 तो होगा प्लस 5% of 2.6 होगा, right? It's not going to just grow by 5% of 2.6. It's going to grow 2.6 plus 5% of 2.6. So the growth is increasing by also 5%. Okay. So the very basic calculation में यहाँ पर ये mistake है. यहाँ पर बस एक थोड़ा सा change आएगा minute, but we will need to. So एक चीज तो sure है कि 2.6 is there, no? So ये दो तो नहीं होगा, 50 we will not be able to get. So it's all about A and D में से कोई एक. So first month it was 2.6, next month it was 2.6 plus 5% of 2.6, which we can write as 1.05. Next month it will be this much plus 5% of this, which can be written as 2.6 into 1.05 ka whole square, and so on. In the 11th month, it's going to be 2.6 into 1.05 whole to the power 10. Same logic. If you're talking about the second month, the power is 1, third month power is 2, so 11th month the power is 10. Now we're supposed to add all of this, and when we add, it will end in 1.05. It won't have 0.05, right? Same formula लगाओगे तो 2.6, if I take out common, I will have 1 plus 1.05 whole to the power 1 plus 1.05 whole to the power 2, and this continues, and then finally we will have 1.05 whole to the power 10. So 2.6, and then this can be written as, if A is greater than 1 तो आप numerator denominator interchange कर सकते हो या वैसे ही छोड़ सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. So 1.05 का power 10 available है, तो this will be 11 minus 1 divided by 1.05 minus 1. Now this makes sense. So we'll have 2.6 divided by 0.05 into 1.05 whole to the power 11 minus 1. हमें आंसर ऑलरेडी आ चुका है. I'm just simplifying to show you. एक ही जीरो जाएगा कि how will this result in the option. 260 by 5 is 52, और ये हो जाएगा 1.05 whole to the power 11 minus 1. So D is your answer, right? So a silly mistake in understanding the language. Growth तो 2.6 से हो रहा है. 2.6 is not the height. It is growing by 2.6, but the next month growth is 2.6 plus उसका 5%. So 2.6 into 1.05. Right? Okay. ठीक है. Next, a few spherical balls, each of 8 centimeter diameter, are dipped into a cylindrical vessel containing water such that they are fully submerged. If the diameter of the vessel is 16 centimeter and the level of water has risen up by 44 centimeter, find the number of spherical balls dipped into the cylindrical vessel. So what happens is, suppose this is the cylindrical vessel, ठीक है, और here water is up to here, okay, and we have the spherical balls बाहर है. Now once we are going to dip them, so what will happen is the volume of the water is going to rise धीरे धीरे करके such that it reaches the top, because now the spherical balls are inside. Now why will the water level rise? Does it have to do with the weight of the balls? No, it has to do with the volume, right? So can we say that the volume of these spherical balls, total volume, is going to be equal to the volume of the water that has risen? Now, in the case of water, it's cylindrical in nature. In the case of balls, it's spherical. So we can equate the two volumes. So the volume of these small spherical balls is going to be n times, we do not know how many of those spherical balls we have. So that's what is asked, right? Into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now radius कितना है? If the diameter is 8 centimeters, so the radius is going to be 4. So 4 cube. So this is the volume of the balls. This should be equal to the volume of the water that has risen. Suppose कि इसमें सब चीज given ही है. So this is cylinder. Cylinder's volume is given as pi r square h. Now what is the radius? Since the diameter of the vessel is 16, so the radius is 8. So 8 square pi r square height. What is the height at which it has risen? It has risen by 44, right? So ये आपका 8 है, ये आपका 44 है. So we need to find out the value of n from here. So you can see that first thing, that pi is gone. Then we will have 4 into 4 cube is 4 to the power 4. या फिर 4 cube and 8 square, they are the same, right? 64 and 64. आप ये हटा दो. This 4 will take care of this. So n will become 3 into 11, which is 33. या फिर 44 contains an 11. There is no 11 on the left hand side. So 11 is going to stay. 11 cancel out नहीं हो रहा. So your answer should be in the table of 11. There is only one option which is in the table of 11. Right? Okay. Next one. So this is di. So I will have to इसको थोड़ा ठीक कर ले. Okay. थोड़ा बड़ा करना पड़ेगा. One second. The following bar graph represents the total number of students, the number of students who participated in singing, and the number of students who appeared for a class test in 5 different classes, that is 6 to 10th. So the gray one denotes the number of students who appeared for class test, orange who participated in singing, and blue one total number of students. So let's pick a particular standard. If you look at standard 7, total students who appeared were ये आपका 70 होना चाहिए. So this looks more like 75 or 74. So right, we are not sure. The data is not given. Out of these many students, 60 students, they appeared for class test. And these many students, which is less than 50, right? So 45, 44, 43, 46, kuch hoga. Those many students who participated in singing. So this is the breakup. It is known that each student participated in either singing or dancing, but not both. So there is one more activity, which is dancing. Also for each student each student either appeared for the test or did not appear for it. Okay. So standard 7th लिया था ना? Let's look at standard 7th. Standard 7th में the data given is total number of students as 75. हमारा assumption सही है. And number of students who participated in singing is 45, right? This is what we assumed कि 45 होएगा. And number of students who appeared for class test is 60. So this is something which is kind of obvious. It's direct. Okay. Now, since it is given that each student participated in either singing or dancing, but not both. So if you look at 7 standard students, there are total 75. 75 में से 60 students appeared for the test. That means 15 students did not. Now, out of these 75 students, 45 students appeared for singing. So we can say 30 or less students appeared for dancing. Why? अच्छा नहीं, it says each student, no? So each student मतलब exact 30 हो जाएगा. So every student should appear for either singing or dancing. If 45 appeared for singing, so 30 will appear for dancing. There was no student who appeared for both. It is strictly given. So this is the breakup that we'll have for each section. So this table is important. Now the question asked is, what is the average number of students who have participated in singing from classes 8th, 9th and 10th? So we will need the previous table to be present here. तो मैं इसको इधर कर देता हूँ. टेबल इधर लेते आते हैं. Okay. So 8th standard singing 30, 9th standard 60, 10th standard 45. Straightforward. 30 plus 60 plus 45 ka one third, because we need average, which is going to be 10 plus 20 plus 15, which is 45. D hoga. Okay. Next question. Again, we need the table here. So for that, I will shift. थोड़ा छोटा कर देता हूँ. Okay. Find the ratio of the number of students who participated in dancing from class 7th and 8th together. So out of 75, if 45 appeared for singing, so 30 appeared for dancing. Out of 120, if 30 appeared for singing, that means 90 appeared for dancing. So the number of students who appeared for dancing together is 120. To the number of students who appeared in the class test from 6th and 9th together. 6th and 9th together is 80 plus 40, which is another 120. So 1:1 is the ratio. Okay, another one. So let me bring the table. बार बार टू एंड फ्रो करने में टाइम लगेगा, राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम copy pasting the table. Next, the sum of the number of students who participated in dancing from all the class. So 90 minus 60, 30, 75 minus 45, 30, 120 minus 30, 90, 80 minus 60, 20, 60 minus 45, 15. So total students is 60, 150 plus 35, 185 is approximately what percent of the sum of the number of students who did not appear for class test. So if these many students appeared for the class test, तो बाकी कितने होंगे? 90 minus 80, that is 10. 75 minus 60, which is going to be 15. 120 minus 30, which is going to be 90. 80 minus 60, sorry, 80 minus 40 is going to be 40. And 60 minus 15 is going to be 45. So this is 100. This one is 60 plus 40. So this is 200. So 185 out of 200 is going to be same as 92.5 out of 100, which is 92.5% literally. So approximate भी नहीं चाहिए, हमें तो exact पता चल गया 92.5%, right? Okay, another DI. Nice. So today we have a lot of questions. So the following pie chart shows the percentage distribution of the number of employees of a company working in 6 different offices of a company, which are located in 6 different states: Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. So the legend says that the gray one is UP, right? The dark blue is Haryana. Excuse me. The green one is Karnataka. Yellow one is Madhya Pradesh. Light blue is Tamil Nadu. And the orange one is Punjab. Right? So this is about the distribution of the number of employees, right? Working for a company in 6 different offices or at 6 different states. Some of the data is missing in the pie chart. Okay, so we need some clarity here. The table is not the right one. So इसको ठीक कर देते हैं. Okay. some data is missing from the pie chart and total number of employees is 12,000. If total number of employees is 12,000, so in HR 15% of 12,000, which is going to be 1,800 employees are working in HR, as in Haryana. Similarly, 20% of 12,000, which is going to be 2,400. These are the number of employees working in Punjab. So we will be able to solve everything. The percentage part of UP is not given. We can calculate that. 15 plus 20 is 35. 35 plus 60 is 95. So this is going to be mere 5%. So 5% of 12,000 is going to be 600. 600 employees, they work in UP, right? So that's what this statement, this note said when it said the pie chart is not complete. We need the percentage for UP, which we can because all the remaining percentages or shares is known to us. Okay. Questions. Find the ratio of the sum of employees. So in short, we will need the table now, right? ये जो public as in employee distribution है, we will need this. So chalo. Find the ratio of the sum of the number of employees working in Tamil Nadu and Madhya Pradesh office to the sum of the number of employees working in Haryana and Karnataka. So this is going to be 3,600 is to 18 plus 3,600, which is 5,400. So 18 into 2 is 36, 18 into 3 is 54, so 2 is to 3. Straightforward. So we had that pie chart. All that was required was to calculate its corresponding values. It is not mandatory that you should draw this table and fill it up. If you do it, ठीक है चलेगा, but you can actually solve it directly, है ना? आप यहाँ से भी कर सकते हो कि मध्य प्रदेश and Tamil Nadu. So if you look at Madhya Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, this is going to be 30%, right? तो आप direct 30 लिख लो. And if you talk about Haryana and Karnataka, so Haryana is 15 and Karnataka is 30. So 15 plus 30 is 45. We don't need the base, right? Base की जरूरत तब पड़ती है when we are dealing with magnitude. When you are dealing with ratios or percentage, you don't need that 12,000 total people. If you solve this, this will still give you 2:3, right? So it is not necessary that you draw the table. Without drawing the table also, you can get the answer. Next, in the Haryana office of the company, 60% of the employees are female, and in the UP office, 45% of the employees are female. So there is further classification of the number of employees based on gender for these offices. Find the average number of male employees working in Haryana and UP. ठीक है. So if you look into Haryana office, 60% are female. That means 40% are male. So male employees working in Haryana office is going to be 40% of 1,800. And the number of female employees working in UP. In UP, we have got 45% of females. So this is 45% of 600. And we are supposed to take the average. Right? So either you calculate the percentage and then divide it by 2, or you can directly divide it by 2. जैसे मैं इसको लिख सकता हूँ 20% of 1,800 plus 45% of 300. So I divided by 2, 1,800 की जगह 40 में और इधर 2 इधर divide कर लिया. So this is going to be 360 plus 45 into 3, which is going to be 135. So this will result in 495. 495 is going to be the average. ठीक है? Okay. नहीं ठाकुर, अभी तक कुछ नहीं है पता, इसीलिए let's not wait. So CMAT 2024 specialized course is going to begin very soon, and there is one batch that has already started. So please make sure that you enroll for this. In this particular specialized course, we provide you with 20 CMAT live lectures where we discuss the concepts. For example, today I'll be taking one of the sessions. We'll be dealing with numbers. Okay, divisibility rule, remainders, multiplication. We'll be looking at those questions and those concepts today. So we do the concepts as well as questions. Okay. You also are given more than 50 engaging videos, which discusses different topics and how to solve questions on them, the questions that have come in CMAT. You also are given 5 CMAT marks, more than 10,000 practice questions and 10 sectional tests. So if you guys are looking for CMAT and if you do not have any backup as of now, please take CMAT very seriously. Get all the assistance or all the help that you can. Okay. You can predict, you can use our CAT College Predictor tool. Okay. If you are targeting this year's CAT, it will help you a lot in understanding which all colleges you are more eligible for. Okay. If in case of any doubts, please look at the pinned comment in the chat. Do check out our social media handles and pages. And there is one session that is scheduled on the last day of this month at 11 a.m. It is roadmap to 99 percentile for this year's CAT. Okay, so make sure that you register for this. It will be taken by Mr. Srinivas. Well, that's all for today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for visiting. If you guys haven't liked, please like the video. And in case you haven't subscribed, please subscribe the video. श्रेयांश, सीमैट फॉर्म आने के बाद 2 मंथ का टाइम भी लगेगा. 2 मंथ तो नहीं कह सकते. 2 months श्रेयांश will be at most. Normally फॉर्म अगर आया, they will give you 10 to 15 days max to fill, और उसके within a month's time they will be like कि चलो कर लेते हैं एग्जाम. ठीक है. तो 2 months is like आपके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बेस्ट पॉसिबल सिनेरियो कि फॉर्म आने के बाद आई विल हैव 2 months टू प्रिपेयर. बट आई एम सेइंग कि आप उसको मत सोचना कि 2 महीने कम से कम होंगे, 4 महीने भी हो सकता है. सीमैट 2024 2025 में थोड़ी लेंगे फिर, राइट? सो दे जनरली ट्राई टू रैप अप एवरीथिंग बाय मे और मिड जून. उससे डिले नहीं करते क्योंकि जुलाई ऑनवर्ड्स तो कॉलेजेस शुरू हो जाते हैं. सो अगर रिजल्ट ही नहीं आ रहा, एग्जाम ही नहीं हो रहा मई तक, तो जुलाई से इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट, नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल टू स्टार्ट दिस बैच, राइट? तो इसीलिए आप थोड़ा ध्यान दे देना उसमें. हाँ, आई एम सेइंग श्रेयस बिकॉज फेब्रुवरी में आया था, सो मई तक एग्जाम होना था. अभी आई एम सेइंग फॉर्म अगर लेट आएगा तब भी वो मई से डिले नहीं करेंगे. द रिस्ट्रिक्शन इज नॉट हेयर, द रिस्ट्रिक्शन इज कॉलेज शुरू होना है जुलाई से. सो एग्जाम रिजल्ट अगर जून में आ रहा है एंड देन दे विल टेक द काउंसलिंग एंड एवरीथिंग हैपेंस, तो अगस्त सितंबर में होगा तो पूरा बैच खराब हो जाएगा ना. The very first semester where people get usually 4 to 5 months, you will get 2 months to